Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to go live in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I'm LBJ. You're there, and I'm here. And you're listening to The Heartfelt Truth. Welcome. Let me start by saying, as I always do, that I hope my voice finds you in good health, spiritually, mentally, and physically. Not necessarily in that order, but all equally important, to help us do this thing we call life. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let me start off real quick and say thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you for allowing me to come into your life for the next few minutes. I hope you find my voice somewhat inspirational, a little motivational. It just gives you another way of looking at things. And with that being said, let's jump right into it. Ladies and gentlemen, my enthusiasm is always there, but I will tell you this. Today, in the Northeast, we got some rain. Yeah, it's a dreary day out there, and I always talk about, I haven't done it in a while. I don't like myself to be a weatherman, but I do have this thing about the weather. You know, I pay attention to it. I like it. You know, everybody's talking about different, parts of the country, California and Florida. Here in the Northeast, I said it before. I mean, those places are nice to visit, and they're nice to live if that's where you want to be. But, somehow here in the Northeast, the four seasons, and the change and the gradual progression of the seasons is kind of nice. And so that's where we are. So I kind of pay attention to the weather. I always have, even as a kid. I could kind of feel the seasons. It's a weird dynamic, but anyway, we got a bad day today. Rain's out there. I don't even know where to go with this. I'm just like, okay. But listen, here's what we're going to do. What I was doing is I was checking my email. Ladies and gentlemen, okay, I was checking. I wasn't sure if I was set up correctly, if I was doing the right thing. But the answer to the question is it's set up correctly. I sent myself an email, and here's the funny thing. I sent myself an email, and I said, you know what? Let me see if this thing is working, because I've been telling, you find people here and around the world to please just send me a comment, send me an email. I want your story. I want something that I can share with the world. And if you want to, you can get credit for it. If you don't, then just send it anonymously. But I sent myself an email, and it's funny, real quick. I'm looking at it, and the email says "great show," and I was like, "Oh my God, that's nice! I got a nice comment from somebody." And I opened up, and I realized that I sent myself my own email. So I was getting all excited, and I was like, "Yeah, finally somebody. Maybe I set it up right, but it didn't." But listen, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to give you my email again. I would love to hear from you. Write it down. Send me your information. Send me an email. Send me a comment. Say anything, any suggestions. This is one of those where I'm asking you, the audience, to reach out for me. Now, I know I've been always saying it, I kind of let it go. But now I'm serious. I'm working on something that I want to share with the world, and I want you to be a part of it. My email is LBJ, the heartfelt truth, at gmail.com. Write it down. Put it somewhere where you can keep it. Put it on your laptop or your phone or whatever. LBJ, the heartfelt truth, at gmail.com. All right. So listen, I want to hear your story. Okay. I think we're at a point now where we can move forward, and we can really just make this thing and just make it more enjoyable, and we can learn from each other. I also want to do the fact that with my email, if you don't want to, if you're not comfortable enough to send your story, that's fine. I mean, I get it. I understand. I'm somewhat of that kind of person. It took me some time to get a break out of my comfort zone and so forth and so on. But also, like I said to you, if you've been paying attention, listening to me for a while, I launched my company, and I'm really excited about that. And one of the things that I want to accomplish is I want to start booking some speaking engagements. There's a lot of things I want to do with my company. Obviously, the two books I'm working on, so forth and so on. So my thing is, I really, 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 really want to reach out for you guys here and around the world, and we can just spread our message. Spread the love, and that's what it's all about. So, and again, I'm trying to set up all the social media stuff. I don't know if I'm doing it correctly, but I do have Twitter. I do have Facebook. What else we got there? I think that's it. It's on Spotify, Stitcher Radio, all that kind of stuff. So you guys, there's so many formats that we can spread the message, and it'll be heard by so many people, and that's what I'm trying to do. So listen, ladies and gentlemen, please. Oh, and the name of the company is LBJ Media Productions. All right, so keep that in mind. LBJ Media Productions. Send me your information. Send me your story, and I definitely we'll do it. We'll do it right. So that's where I am. All right, ladies and gentlemen. So listen, without being too, there's not really a whole lot going on today. Like I said, it's a dreary kind of day, but I wanted to put that message out. I really, 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 really want to hear from you guys. Waiting patiently, and that's it. So we can move on to the next level. But you know what? Before I let you guys go, and this is, I know, kind of short and brief today. Nothing nothing too heavy. Just trying to spread the love, spread the message. I always got these things I got from my mother. These little phrases and stuff, and it really, really makes sense. So what I want you to do, I mean, if it works for you, then just take a moment and think about it, and reflect on what it's trying to say. And again, I'm not preaching any lifestyle or anything like that. I was thinking of my message. I was saying before, listen, this is just all about love and sharing, and moving forward. If I can help you, you can help me. And that's what it's all about. Let me just share something with you real quick. I go through these things that have been left behind, and some I picked up by my mother. She has this lovely book that I actually started a lot of this podcast with little life's little instructions. But this is important, and think about this. And these are phrases, okay? And this one is ironically is from Dr. Seuss. That's interesting. And it goes something like this: Be who you are, and say what you feel, because those who mind don't matter, and those who matter don't mind. Digest that for a minute. That's pretty interesting. I like little brain teasers like that because it incorporates your feelings and who you are, and you have to think about it. And I'm looking at this one here, and this one says, perhaps the secret of living well is not in having all the answers, but in pursuing unanswerable questions in good company. Wow, I like that one. And that actually is by Rachel Naomi Reman. Oh, sorry about that, Rachel. Rachel Naomi Reman. She said that, and I want to read that again. Perhaps the secret of life and living well is not in having all the answers, but in pursuing unanswerable questions in good company. Wow, I like that. That is pretty awesome. But then, of course, I cannot leave out my mother. And she says this one here in her little book, and it's anonymous. Anonymous. It goes, watch out for big problems. They disguise big opportunities. That's interesting. I really found that to be interesting. And this is my mother. Carry handy wipes in your glove compartment. You never know. That's my mother. Never apologize for being early for an appointment. That's an idiot. Don't apologize. You told me to be here at 8 o'clock. I'll be here at 10 too. I totally get that one. And here's the last one. Never say anything uncomplimentary about another person's dog. I heard that before. And I'm now that I think about it, maybe it was my mother. Never say anything uncomplimentary about a person's dog. You know why? Because it's part of their family. Think about it. I mean, if someone said something about one of your family members, you'd be offended. your dog is part of your family. I mean, I've always known that, so that's interesting. It really, really is interesting. All right, ladies and gentlemen, listen, very light show today. Nothing too heavy. I never really try to make them heavy, but we got the rest of the week, and I'm going to sit back and I'm going to wait a little while and hopefully keep my fingers crossed that somebody somewhere here and around the world will reach out for LBJ at, that's right, LBJ the Heartfelt Truth at gmail.com. You can reach out for me at Twitter or Facebook and share your story or tell me what's going on, what's on your mind. We've been doing this for over a year now, and it's time. I feel like I'm doing one of those sponsorship commercials you hear on the radio, which is legitimate and public service, announcement for TV and all that. But this is for us. So reach out, okay? And I hope everybody has a great week, a great rest of your weekend, and we will talk together again. And as I always say, please take care of yourself. Take care of your families, because family's important. And if you see someone that needs a helping hand, try it out. Stick yours out and help them if you can. I believe this one act really, really will make the world a better place. I always say that. And it's going to be one of those things, yes, one of those things, people, for you on your journey to becoming the best person that you were meant to be. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm LBJ. You're there and I'm here. And you've been listening to The Heartfelt Truth. We will talk again.